Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello, guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads: Former presidential aspirant advises Ndigbo to seek alliance with the North for presidency 2023 as he states the real reason for Amotekun. But before we continue, we'd like to encourage you, please subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed, and if you've not, also click on the bell icon, do same, so that anytime we publish our videos you get it at the snap of a finger. All right, let's look at the news. A former presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP), Suleiman Lamido, has described insinuations from certain quarters that the formation of the Western Nigerian Security Network, codenamed Operation Amotekun, is a ploy by the region to exit the country as diversionary. Lamido said that rather than being the beginning of region's drift towards regionalism, it simply signals the region's loss of faith in the country Nigeria. He said, what we are going through currently is that people no longer have faith in this country. Nobody feels secure or safe. Whether they are Yorubas, Igbos, or Hausa, nobody feels safe. The operators of the economy and indeed the nations have failed. Nigerians are now trying to devise their own means of securing their lives by themselves. All these are evidence of system failures. I don't subscribe to the notion that the Southwest wants to break out or break away. If I am coming to kill you, won't you run away? The government must stop being very nervous. The government is for the Nigerian people, and the people must be secured by their own government. So I do not see this for the East or the North. It is about us. The government must be up and doing to restore confidence. Speaking on the clamor for an Igbo presidency in 2023, Lamido said the Igbos have got friends in the West and in the North, stressing that once the friends come together and believe in the same Nigeria, everything could be worked out. Lamido said historically there have been alliances in Nigeria. In the First Republic, there was alliance between the Northern Element Progressive Union (NEPU) and National Council of Nigerian Citizens (NCNC). In 1979, there was also alliance between the East and the North, and there was also another alliance between the North, the West, and the East in Nigerian consensus when the governor of PRP, People Redemption Party, UPN, United Party of Nigeria, and those of the NPP, Nigeria People Party, came together. So we should be able to answer within ourselves that we will be faith to us. By alliance and cooperation, you give what will bring a consensus. The Igbo people are not begging anyone, so do not diminish their desire or degrade their interest. Lamido also highlighted some reasons why he opposed the recent clamor for a change of name for the PPP, saying that those making the call should rather charge or change their political behavior. According to his word, he said the party has helped so many Nigerians. It has produced president, vice president, governors, senators, House of Rep members, and so on. Those who are really honest and genuine will remain in PDP. He went further to say those guilty are those who use the party and dump it whatever the name the party has is because it has been vandalized by those who benefited from the party. If the party is going through some difficulties, they are caused by members of the party and not by the nomenclature. I will remain in PDP. I am PDP and it is my place, my heritage. I am not going anyway. Those were the words of Lamido, and we just want to throw light on one or two things. And just like he has said, especially in respect to what is currently going on in the country in the area of insecurity, a lot of Northerners have different opinions whenever you talk about Operation Amotekun. Very, very soon, this guy has promised, Governor Fayemi has already promised Nigerians that by Friday, That's by fire precisely on the 15th that they will be sending the bill to the House of Assemblies. That regional is going to be done for Ekiti, will be done for Oshun and other southwestern state. They're going to be sending the bill for Amotekun to be considered, an integral part of the security operation in the southwest. And be that as it may, a lot of people mostly did not believe that Amotekun is actually being formed for the purpose of hunting the Fulani headsmen. Some also believe that it's going to be a political weapon in the hands of the Southwesterners, which they are going to be using against the Northerners. Some also believe that very soon it's going to turn out to be a terrorist group. I could still remember fairly recently when one of the most respectable Yoruba religious leader, Primate Ayodele, said that very soon the same Amotekun, those who are going to be operating it, will turn out to be, are going to turn out to be terrorists and which will threaten the peace of the Southwesterners. But I will say that I seem to stand with what this honorable man, Sule Lamido, has said. The truth of the matter is that everybody is trying to protect himself. I can assure you that if today the right to hold a gun in Nigeria is approved for all Nigerians, the rate of people who will be seeking for that right to hold a gun or who will be going out for a gun would have tripled. Some would have used their monies to buy the best of guns. Reason is because people are scared. If you go to some areas that are outside, the cities, you realize that people are no more staying there, especially in the hinterlands. People are not staying there. They are scared. Some believe that, going to stay in the hinterland, you might end up being victim of any security challenge and all of that. We've seen cases of, what has been happening in the north. Fairly recently, I saw a video where people were moving from, I think, Borno to Damatru or something. They were moving, businessmen, they were moving, and by the time they knew, they ran into, Boko Haram on the road. They have already set their defense on the road. We saw elderly men, grown men running like children. Some were inside cars. Some had to jump down and start running with their legs. How can you continue to be in this situation? And government have been giving you multiple promises that they are going to sort things out, and nothing has been sorted out. A reasonable region who is seeing the progressional status of Boko Haram will demand to have a security outfit which will be run by the state or run by the region to help conquer or fight any form of external aggression that will be coming into his own environment. And I think that's the wisest thing. Why? Because they have lost confidence in the present day government. The present day government has failed. It's so glaring they have failed. We've heard series of promises from Buhari fairly recently. He said he will never forgive Boko Haram. He has said a lot of things, but hey, it's not about talking, it's to jump into action. We know what can be done for this issue to be fixed once and for all. Being a retired general, he knows the steps that he can take to ensure that this issue of insecurity is quelled once and for all. And if they take such step automatically, it will be handled structurally. Okay, we are complaining that, hey, things are getting bad day after day. The level of insurgency, the level of banditry and the likes is on the increase. Just 2 days ago, they released about 1,400 Boko Haram guys. They claim that they have repented. Is this the right time for you to release them? Now that they have already taken over the territories, you are releasing them. What do you expect as you are releasing them? They are going back to their group. Why? It's so glaring. It's not as if they have been conquered. Boko Haram has been conquered, and you say, well, if as we are releasing them now, they will go and find out that their own bosses have been arrested and they have been finally conquered. As they are going out, they will see the level of strength of their own people. And what is even the criteria that you can tell Nigerians that it shows that they have repented? What are the criteria? Maybe by words of the mouth, who cannot say I have repented, while inside his heart he has not repented. It's a wrong step in the wrong direction. And that is why all of these guys have made up their mind, hey, we need to equip ourselves. We can't continue like this because the government seems to be very nervous in respect to security issues right away. So don't blame anybody if you see anything happening. Automatically, it's because they have lose faith in the present day government. The present day government cannot protect life and property. We are running over trivialities that are not even important to anybody. We are running around things that are not even, you know, is not going to add value to Nigerians. Today, if you meet a Nigerian on the road and say, what's your next line of plan? Is to see how they can run out of this country. Some don't mind running to Ghana. Some don't mind running to Canada. That's why when the issue of travel ban came on board, people were really angry because some of them do not want these things to happen. We have some people who are at China right now. Some of them would not even want to come back, despite the fact that there is coronavirus. And why wouldn't they want to come back? Because there seems to be no hope for Nigerians. There seems to be no hope for Nigeria. How can you be in a country whereby you see some army officers? I read one fairly recently. An army officer was caught at Benin. The young man ran away because by the time he went and saw the level of weaponry of the Boko Haram, he couldn't stand it because maybe he was fickle minded. He had to take to his heels, strip himself, and run to Benin. He has been captured and brought back. These are some of the things that we have to look at. If a country, even the military, they seem to have little or have less confidence in the system, then why do you expect Nigerians to keep quiet and watch things? And then talking about the presidency come 2023, I believe that the Igbos should be given that slot fully. All the political parties must be aware of this truth. They must be given the chance to rule the country because they are one of the majority group that we have in Nigeria, or the major ethnic group that we have in Nigeria. So giving them a chance will not be a bad deal. We are hopeful that the government will listen to some of these advices and see how they can change their position in respect to how things are happening.